Hey everyone, Eggman here with another video, and today we have a top 16 breakdown for the Top Cut Digimon Online Regionals that happened this past weekend. It was over 400 players, and real quick before we start this video, if you guys enjoy these breakdowns, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and also if you need any deck lists from the BT13 format, link to my website is in the description as well, Eggman Events, which has all of these deck lists as well as other ones that I've covered for the BT13 format, and ones before that as well. So jumping on into this one, I also want to say that I was able to do the commentary for it and live stream with DigiPanda, which was a lot of fun, and I really do appreciate the opportunity for it. And make sure to follow DigiPanda here on YouTube as well. Makes a lot of Digimon content, way more content than me right now too. Very good stuff, and I highly recommend it. So jumping on into this one, we do have these top 16 deck list. It was 400 players, 9 rounds of Swiss best of 3. Live streams linked here, and it will be re-uploaded to this YouTube as well if you guys want to see it. But looking at this top 16, we have 4 Hunters, 3 Shines, 3 Bloomlords, 2 Blue Flare, 1 Ulforce, 1 Blackboard Gray OTK, a Merva Loop, and a Royal Knights as well. So a little bit, I'd say, less diverse by a smidge than what we normally see, but honestly, there's a lot of decks that are doing very well for this format. I think Hunters and Shine are probably the 2 front runners in general anyways, and so they did take 7 of the 16 spots, but a lot of room for a lot of other decks to get these tops as well. So we're going to go over the top placing list for each one of these archetypes, starting off with Martin's first place, Ulforce, and this was a really interesting list. And if you guys don't know Martin, he does very well with a lot of it, mostly the Vmon decks, since it's either armor or Ulforce as well. But very consistent player, and gets a lot of tops with Ulforce or these kinds of decks as well. So this is running the Leomon package for the deck too, which is, I think, of the 2, meaning the Leomon package or not running Leomon package, this one's a little bit more consistent, or at least sees more play because of it. And it is nice. There is some synergies with this being, just another level 4 for you to go up to, but also being able to play it out of your hand for free with Jerry is very good. And just the fact that this card gets the disruption of, on deletion getting 2 memory and drawing a card, which just means that your opponent kind of has to play around it, or if they try to be aggressive or if they try to do any removal, you get to get the 2 memory and sometimes get it back to your turn, which is really good. So I do like the idea for that. Other than that, it's just kind of standard for what we're seeing. Only 5 of the level 5, so 4 Aerovigimons and 1 of the jamming one. We have a couple rookies, including the add of the Goblimon Femix 1 for some additional tamer search as well. 2 hybrids, and then we have 4 of the Ulforce, 1 of the X, and 1 of the Death X as well. So other than that, just a bunch of tamers. No real removal outside of 4 Sorai, which isn't really removal. It's just kind of stunning for some of the sources, which means that Bloom and just being able to escape the power of the quartz is very difficult outside of the 1 Death X. So that's something I think like Martin's deck is more of, you just got to go. You have to be fast with it. And if you go against quartz, you're probably going to lose anyways. So that's kind of how it is. So this is the list here. Congratulations to Martin for their first place finish. And then next up, we have Nicholas Hutchens with their second place Hunters. And this was, honestly, if you guys want to check out the finals for this for this tournament, it was really good. Highly recommend it. It was really good back and forth. And spoilers, we have Martin win, but it was, you'll see some parts in the match. You're like, how did Martin win this? Like, it's a very good match. I highly recommend checking it out. So, but Nicholas is running Hunters, and there's not a lot to say about this specific build. I think builds for Hunters mostly kind of blend the same right now, especially since we got all the cards for the deck in BT12, and then not much else for the deck. But it's just kind of the ratios and the kind of individual choices you make inside them. So nothing too crazy though. We're running we have 6 + 8, so 14 tamers. So a little bit on the higher end, I think. I think most people kind of go from somewhere between 12 and 14. So nothing too wild for that one, but just, again, more on the heavy side for there. And I think this is just kind of more of just the straight consistency of seeing your pieces and just kind of going from there. So not much more to say. Congratulations to Nicholas for their second place with Hunters. Next up, we have Justin Lee with their third place Blackboard Gray OTK. So this is a deck that I've been seeing a little bit more and more rise in popularity. especially with some of the choices, especially with I think having like this Agumon that's yellow and red is really important for the deck, for the fact that you can, Chimeramon can either put it underneath it or can just go up the line as well, which means that you can play Blinding Ray and use that to get that extra memory, which is really nice. We also have cards like Cool Boy, which lets us go into our X's. We don't have a lot of our Greymon X's and our X antibodies. We only have it for our level 3s and our level 4s, but being able to get that extra memory and gain it for free is really strong too. And kind of the end game is we want to make a really large stack. We use the effect of our Black War Gray to attack and restand and get that multiple attacks with it too. So we have ways to get security attack +1 with the Greymon from Star Deck 1. Also Lightning Joust lets us do this as well. And then being able to either just go up your line naturally, or if Chimeramon and being able to put extra sources underneath if you do a DNA with it too is strong, and it just helps you out as well. So kind of a unique build in that our elite unique deck type, since it's not kind of an official archetype, but it's kind of using the power of attacking more than once with the same Digimon is very strong, especially if you have a lot of the boost for it, and you get a lot of advantage from there too. So this is Justin's list. Congratulations for their 3rd place finish there. And then next up we have Kevin with ShineGrey. And again, obviously ShineGrey did very well this weekend. And there are some like kind of minor changes I've been seeing people make and make some choices for how they build the deck. There's not a lot of room for innovation because most of the cards that you want to run are pure archetype ones, since we did get 3 different sets of 3 different lines for this entire package. But being able to run like our Agumons is good. Kudamon is definitely a card that I've been seeing more often, like 1 or 2 copies, just the fact that it lets you find some tamers and a vaccine card, so that's very good there. Greymons I think is pretty standard for these, especially Geogray from BT13 is very strong. Our Rise Greymons, including 1 copy of X, and then 4 of the ShineGreymon from BT12 and 1 from BT13, and then 3 of the burst mode. So obviously burst modes are a really big win condition for this deck. It's so good at being able to pressure your opponent, get some a trash from security and kind of everything else that goes with it. Some people play the ruin mode as well as like a one of, but I'd say this is definitely more aggressive for the build, especially since we're playing 4 copies of the BT12 one as well, which is more of the aggression side as well. So other than that, we run 10 tamers, including 2 of the TKs, which aren't as common, I'd say, but we do use it for, since everything in our deck is yellow, we do get that advantage for finding what we need, and it just helps us find cards in our security, which is really nice, and just kind of everything else. So obviously this is the yellow egg package. You can play the red egg package as well, and that means that you can play the Agumon X instead of perhaps Kudamon, but it does look like more people are kind of shifting to the yellow package as well. So anyways, this is Kevin's list. Congratulations to their 5th place there. And then next up we have Nikesh with Bloomlord, and Bloomlord did pretty good this weekend, a little bit better than I think we've been seeing for the last little bit. And there is a strong, like, one interesting thing. First, we have the Chimeramon, which it makes sense why you run this card. I don't see this card run often, but it does make sense because you do play a lot of level 4s for free for this. So being able to do the DNA up your chain and use Chimeramon to help you get there, that's good. There are also some good inheritables for you to have that you could to put underneath your Chimeramon too to help that get there. And I think it's a unique ad, but I can understand why it makes sense because again, you do play a lot of level 4s in this build. So other than that, we do play our standard 4 Bloomlord, 3 Hydramons, 3 Quartzmon, as well as a Hidden Potential discovered, 3 game memory boost, and 3 of the Yoshino. So none of the Mimi Tamer, which is a decision. I know Mimi's been around forever and it's been good forever, but I think Yoshino definitely is giving it a run for its money, at least for this kind of vegetation plant fairy based deck that we see here with Bloomlord and just kind of everything else. So not much more to say, but congratulations to Nikesh for their 9th place there. And the next up we have Sean with Merva Loop, and this is one of my, I really do like this deck in a lot of ways. It is kind of clunky. It is a combo based deck. You do have to know what your plays are and you do have to see your plays, but when you're able to go off with it, it is a really, really cool deck to play and run. So it kind of runs the package of being able to get the recursion with your Minerva and your Mervamon as well, being able to use your Cerberus modes as well for additional recycling, and always have like a level 5 to go into a level 6. So being able to do that, I think, is good for the deck. But it's really, really unique too. So I think that's cool. So and being able to play cards with retaliation from Merva is good. We have the Ignite Mon to get the additional cross heart target, but also get the reduction from playing stuff with an effect, which is good. And then just some additional things. So we have like Back for Revenge, which I haven't seen this card in a minute, but you get to replay cards on deletion, so without playing their effects, but that's still pretty interesting. So no effect in security, so that's kind of like, I think, a big turnoff for a lot of people, but it does get that recursion if you need it. 4 Jack Raid, 1 Calling for Darkness, 1 Pandemonium Flame, 3 Purple Memboost, 2 of the Deathclaw, 2 of the Mats from BT2, and then 3 of the Analog Youth. So honestly, I did see a lot of Analog Youth this weekend too, and a lot of different builds, just because this is still like a generically good card for decks that run multiple colors, but this is specifically too because you want to fill cards into your trash. It does help you get there too. So this is Sean's list. Congratulations for their 10th place there. And then next up we have Noah with their 13th place Blue Flare, and Blue Flare is generally the same for the last couple months and kind of format, especially since, I mean, we did get a whole bunch of new stuff from EX4, and it's pretty much updated the deck to be current and meta since then. So not more than that. It is very aggressive still. This one, restricts you to only playing, DNAing with the blue Greymons, but you still get the the power of having this Greymon with our Metal Greymon and being able to go up or stack with Zeke. It does get a lot of pressure and kind of enables like an OTK format for or OTK for the deck in a lot of ways. And it's kind of shifted the deck from being like kind of like, say, like mid-range and kind of obnoxious with kind of stunning your opponent's cards to just trying to be more aggressive and trying to get as much damage as fast as we can. So that's kind of the idea from that. We are running also 4 Sore Eyes and then again 2 Death Axe, which this does kind of reset the board sometimes and help you get around some options that won't or that prevent you from doing well, which I think is good. But other than that, I don't have much more to say, but congrats to Noah for their 13th place finish. And then last up, we have Ryan with their 15th place Royal Knights, just sneaking into this top 16. And I personally do like Royal Knights a lot. It's one of my favorite decks in this game currently. I like how it plays and everything. And I will say, like, Ryan's list is probably one of the most, like, I'd say standard builds for it, in the sense that we are running a lot of just the Royal Knights. We're not running a lot of we're not running any sister mons, which is, you do get some value and some additional benefits from running those, but they are kind of clunky at times too. But so none of those. We're not playing any, like, we're only playing 2 of the Marcus, 1 Kongu, so only like 1 additional option for us to play, and then just playing the 4 Omekimon and 3 of the Porcupamon. So I do think that's something that kind of like I see a lot of builds that kind of put more options in, or the sister mons, but I think this is just a really standard list of, for anyone who wants to try to get into the basic of how this deck works. I think this is a really good build for that. So I also do like the Examon from EX3. I see a lot of people play the one from BT13, but I really do like this one specifically for the deck, specifically too because not only is it a 15k, which does kind of get some removal from security at times, but also being able to use it with in tandem with the Knights of the Royal Purge. It means you can put it underneath there, you can play it out later, and then it gets to attack twice, it gets to attack and unsuspend, and then it gets to suspend one of your opponent's cards. So it's battle removal, which is really strong for the deck and for it. So having a 15k beat stick that's able to attack twice and somewhat get a really good chance of attacking over stuff, I think is in a good spot. There's also like some cheese, like after you pop the Omni, you can DNA off an Ulforce and Leopardmon if you need to. That doesn't happen very often, but it is also like another, if you need like 2 more attacks, that gets there too. So anyways, this is the list there. Congratulations to Ryan for their 15th place finish. And that's going to be it for us for this video. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, thank you to Top Cut for running the event, and thank myself and DigiPanda do the stream for it. So make sure to check out his channel as well. Livestream is on my Twitch right now, and it will be re-uploaded to my YouTube within the week. And that's it. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all next time.
Damn it. Damn it.